I just finished watching Predator, Killer of Killers, and I gotta say, in all honesty, absolute cinema. Uh, so it was advertised as an anthology film, and for the most part it is, but there is without getting into spoilers, there is a fourth segment that they did not show in any of the marketing that makes you go, oh, so that's how it all ties together since it's in one single movie. There's got to be some through line, and there's a fourth segment that makes you go, oh. And the fourth segment actually is it's very it expands the Yakuza uh, traditions very in a very interesting way. It makes you go, wait a second. So if they're doing that with this character, does that mean they also did the same with this character? You might not understand what I mean when I say that initially, but once you watch the film, you'll understand what that means. When I say, wait, they did that with this character, does that mean they did that with this character and this character and this character? Um, and without going into spoilers, they do find a way to tie in other uh, Predator movies in a very interesting, like, wait a second kind of way. Um, especially in it's not really a post-credit scene, cause it's like the movie ends, the title card shows, not even the animated credits, just the title card and then an additional scene. But like it's not even mid-credits, it's not even halfway through, but a credits scene, that helps connect this movie to at least, I don't want to give spoilers, so I don't want to say how it connects to other Predator movies, but there are some Easter eggs for a couple things from the mythos, as well as tying directly into uh, one of the other movies. Once you see the scene, you'll know which movie it's tying directly into. But I'm not trying to get into spoilers, but it was great. It was great. The little stories. Uh, so there's three main ones, not counting the fourth segment. Uh, there was like a Viking one, a ninja slash samurai one, and a World War II one. I would say the Viking one, probably story wise, was the weakest. Not saying it was necessarily like weak, as in bad. I'm just saying compared to the other two, it was probably the weaker of the other two. Uh, my favorite segment. I mean, the fourth one was pretty good. But out of the main three, I mean, that World War II one hits different. It's just basically a dogfight. I mean, it's in the trailer. It's a dogfight. They don't, in the air. They don't even fight hand to hand. Like, the main protagonist of that story doesn't even meet, uh, the, uh, the predator, the Yakuza of that story. It's, cause they're shooting at each other from the air, so they don't actually come face to face. Uh, but yeah, all of terms of the predators themselves, uh, the most, in terms of like which one was cooler, I would say probably the one from the Ninja Samurai segment. they really made that Predator kind of fit that aesthetic. And with the design of that Predator, it kind of, animation makes things look slightly different, but at least from my knowledge of previous Predator movies, they made that Predator kind of look like the banished predators from Predators. That was I think it was like 2010, I want to say, movie where I had Adrian Brody as part of the main cast. There was like a group of predators that were excommunicado, and so they brought a bunch of humans to their own like kind of alien hunting ground, and then hunting them throughout the course of the movie and blah 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 blah. But because they were like kind of excommunicado, they were made to look a little bit different. The This like ninja samurai predator kind of he kind of looked like one of those, which kind of made me go, huh? Is Was that a coincidence or was that deliberate? But he was real cool with some of the moves he was pulling off, and he wasn't the most honorable predator because he did use his invisibility a little too much, which is part of what made me go, I think he might be one of the excommunicado guys because he used his invisibility when he shouldn't have a couple of times. So there's that. The Predator from the World War II scenes. The Predator himself he was all right, I guess. All he did was he didn't even fight hand to hand. We didn't see his fighting because he was piloting a Yautja ship the whole time, so he was all right. I suppose he was the character-wise weakest of the three. The most like OP one was the one from the Viking segment. They made him like the Hulk. That thing was massive. Like predators are relatively human-sized, partly because in all the live-action movies they've always been played by real dudes in suits. But this thing was like two, three times the size of all the Vikings in that segment. I mean, he straight up was built like a gorilla, like a silverback gorilla, and acted almost like a Hulk that knows how to use weapons. Like he was cool, and still somehow silent enough that they didn't notice him until he turned off his invisibility. Okay. There were a couple of things in the film that go, okay, you're lucky this is animation, because if this was live action, that's a little far fetched. But you get a little bit slack because of animation. There's like, I think, two segments. Without going into spoilers, uh, there's in the World War II scene, there's a plane maneuver the main dude pulls off that makes me go, oh, wait a second, oh hold on now. And then there's something that happens in the fourth segment. Um, there's an injury to a particular character, and they somehow are completely fine, despite the nature of the injury. No spoilers, so won't get too much more other than that. But I mean, overall, really great film. Uh, the way they ended it makes me go, oh, they have to make a sequel now. They have to make a sequel. With the way that ended, the fourth segment, the way it tied the main three segments together, and the way it connected back to other Predator movies makes me go, there is no way that they don't somehow do something with this, whether it's a direct sequel or they somehow bring some of the characters from this movie into other movies. Uh, However that might work, because, Predator, the alien Predator universe exists, in the far future, in the present, in the past. So there are ways, to make some of these characters show up again. Uh, but yeah, that'll be very interesting to see how they continue this. But Yeah, 10 out of 10. Absolute peak cinema.